Hey guys, welcome back to What Was Mommy Thinking? If you are new here, my name is Crystal. I am a full-time working mom of 3 incredible boys, and my family and I live in Texas. On this channel, we do a lot of budgeting and cooking and cleaning and just have a lot of fun. So I hope you'll stick around. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I hope everybody will give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to leave comments below on any feedback or suggestions that you have. So today is Financial Friday. Welcome to another Financial Friday with What Was Mommy Thinking? Today we're going to do a couple of things. Number one, we're going to look back over the last week and do a review of the week and see how I came in with my budget and if I made budget or if I was over or under budget. We're also going to look at my budget for the payday that starts today. My husband gets paid every 2 weeks. I get paid once a month. So my husband got paid today, January 22nd. So we'll look at that budget. And we're also going to stuff a few cash envelopes. So if that sounds like fun, please stick around and let's get at it. Alright, so I thought that the first thing that we would do is do the review of how last week went, or this week really. If you watched my videos before, this is my actual wallet. This is what I carry in my purse. I love it. It's not quite my personality. It's very plain and bland, but I do love it. It's extremely functional, and my whole goal this year is to not buy what I don't need, to find joy with what I have, and to be grateful for the things that I do have. So you're going to see that theme throughout my videos, and you're going to hear me repeating it, and it's for myself. I'm repeating it for me to remind myself that I make the decisions that lead to consequences. There's no, it's not a diet's fault that I'm not losing weight. It's not a budget's fault that I'm not saving money. I'm the one that ultimately makes those choices, and so I'm holding myself accountable, and you guys are really helping me with that, so thank you. Again, this is my wallet, so it may be a little messy or whatever, but I live out of this thing. So I thought what I would do today is we're going to do the weekly review, and I keep my weekly cash envelopes right here. So grocery, gas, eating out, pets, and allowance all stay in here. Then I've got a little monthly calendar, and I write the pay dates in it on who gets paid on which dates. And as we see today, my husband gets his second paycheck for the month of January. So then when we flip over to where my little marker is, then this is this week. So every day I go through, and if I spend something, I write it down. And I don't know if you guys, let's see if I can get this close enough for you guys to see. At the end of last week, I had a rollover of $17.61, and then my weekly budget for groceries is $115, so that gave me $132.61 for this week's groceries. So I made that little note at the top for myself, so that I would know what I had and what I could spend. And I typically order my groceries for pickup on Friday, and then I'll post my grocery haul and meal plan on Saturday. So I go ahead and get everything on Friday and get it ready to go. And any day that I have a no spend, I just put one of these little stickers here, and these are all leftovers from sticker kits that I used previously, and so I'm going to use those till they're gone. And my grocery pickups today are already done. I've got to go get them. At Walmart, I spent $78.63. At Sam's, I had to split my order because 2 of the items that I wanted were only available by shipping, and they were household items. They were not grocery. So on groceries, I spent $12.34, and then on the household items, I spent $29.88. I also ordered another box of the Built Bars for $31.13. I will not be doing any more shopping on the weekend. I use my weekends for family time, meal prep, and getting the house cleaned and getting ready for the week ahead. So if you come down here, you guys will see I brought my grocery total down for $120.85. I have to pay shipping, and I had to give a delivery tip to my Walmart delivery driver, and you put that in when you place the order. So those were new expenses for me that are part of this $120.85. I didn't separate them out beforehand. That was part of this total. What that did is it put me $5.85 over my initial budget of $115, because that was the goal for the week. But because I had that rollover, I did not come in over budget. I actually came in a little bit under budget, and I would have $11.76 to roll over to the next week. I went ahead and in my Ibotta account, I had $28.28, so that's why it's in green. I transferred that amount to my checking account, which gave me a total of $40.04. That's what I used to go ahead and order those Built Bars for $31.13, and I now have an $8.91 rollover. So that $8.91 will roll into next week and be put with my grocery money for that week. I hope that makes sense to you guys. This is how I'm tracking it for now, aside from what I write in my ledgers on my cash envelopes. But this is making sense, and it's really working for me because it's with my cash envelopes. I can track it this way. And then when I go to fill out my weekly tracker, where I write everything that comes out of my account, I've got notes, and it'll help me remember. So this has really been helping me a lot. All right, so now that we have that, I really feel like I should have stuck to that $115, and had it not been for the shipping and for the tip to the driver that delivered or is delivering my Walmart, I would have made budget, but I need to do better at that, because if you watch my grocery haul video tomorrow, I'll give you a little review. Today was my first time ever using Walmart Plus for delivery, and so I'll leave a little review in tomorrow's grocery haul and meal plan video of what I thought of Walmart Plus and whether or not I intend to use it in the future, or whether I'm going to cancel that membership and not pay that fee. So yeah, make sure you check that video out tomorrow. So now that we've done our weekly check-in, I wanted to talk to you guys about the budget for this payday. And one of the things I need your guys' help with is, as I've been decluttering and as I've been working towards using what I have, not purchasing anything else, and making what I have work for me, I have found that I have become quite a collector of things budget related. So I actually have at least 3 different systems for tracking and doing my budget on, and I want to get your guys' opinion on which one you think is the most functional and fits my style. If you've watched any of my budget videos, you kind of know how I budget. I do a little modified version. If you don't know my budget setup, I can leave a link down below to the playlist, and you can go back and watch my 2021 budget setup and plan. But here's the thing. So this should look very, very familiar to everyone. This is the Budget Mom. This is her form, and you will see this all over the place, and I love the Budget Mom. I love her system. I understand it. It makes sense to me. What I did do at the beginning of this year is, because I typically have less cash envelopes and more sinking funds than this, I made this form for myself. And all it did was give me more sinking funds, less cash envelopes, and broke my expenses up into fixed expenses and variable expenses. So that was something that I did, and I color coded the totals and the leftovers. So I would know that green meant go and orange meant stop. So I did that, and I used this for probably one of the videos you guys have seen, and this form worked out really well. What I found was missing from this, though, is I would like to know the difference. I know that when we come down and we total up our columns, we get a total in the difference, but I really like knowing the difference by line item. So like if your phone bill was supposed to be $200, but it was actually $300, you would have $100 in the red. So I like having that kind of column. So I've been looking at other things, and as I've been cleaning out, I found that I have the Happy Planner, Budget Extension Pack. And the way that that works is you get 2 of these pages that have your bill pay on them with a checklist where you write down the name of the bill, when it's due, how much it is, and you check off when you paid it, or you could probably write the date that you pay it. And then these are the expense trackers, and you get a few pages of these, the date, the amount, the category description, and whether you paid cash, credit, debit, and whether it was a need or a want. And I really like that. I like this component of it a lot. And they don't have a paycheck budgeting sheet per se. So to use this, like my thought was to maybe lump everything that was coming out of the first paycheck together, then everything out of the second paycheck, and then everything out of my paycheck. And just kind of group them together, and the due date would be the date that I get paid. So if my husband's getting paid January 22nd, then all of those bills would say January 22nd, and maybe put in parentheses when they were actually due. I hadn't quite figured that out, and as you can tell, I didn't give it too terribly much thought. But I like Happy Planner, I like their stuff, and I was trying to figure out a way to use what I have. So then there's this. Lastly, as I was going through, I did, you guys have all seen the debt-free charts. She's amazing. Her stuff is amazing. And most of us, in one way or another, use her charts. I have a ton of them. Again, if you go back and watch my 2021 budget setup, you will see that I really spent some time setting those up and committed to using those to track my debt payoff in 2021. So she has a package, like a 2021 package, and I want to show you guys. I sort of filled it out for this paycheck, and I want to see what you guys think. It's not perfect. I'm going to kind of leave this covered and try and make a go of it here as best I can. But I just printed it on regular paper for now. But the way that hers work is the first section is your income. So your expected income and your actual income, your debt goal and your debt actual, and your savings goal and your savings actual. So I went ahead and filled this out for our January 22nd of 2021 payday and thought I would share with you guys. I categorized on this side, much like I was talking about doing on here, and I color coded it. So I highlighted all of my bills as a category of yellow. My sinking funds are in this purple highlighter color. My debt snowball is pink, and then I have savings in purple that I did not highlight. And so what I did is I went through and I filled out every single bill that we have to pay out of my husband's paycheck today, the 2 sinking funds that I'm going to fill with this paycheck, and then our snowball goes to just, of course, our debt. And then the savings, it is a specific savings. We are saving money to pay off a vehicle lease. So the budgeted amount, the only budgeted amount that I put in are my sinking funds, the debt payments, and the lease. So these were the goals for the month. The actual are listed here. So the sinking funds, you can see, stayed at 20 and 15. The debt, we're going to be able to pay more of that, and the lease stayed the same. And then this is what I really, really liked. So for all of my bills, I was able to go through and what we budgeted and what it actually was, and write down the difference for every single one of them. So I was a couple of dollars short on Netflix and $3 under on the minimum to my first credit card payment. And then there's this awesome little notes section. So you can see that I was able to put that was the new monthly rate for Netflix, and that I had a higher minimum payment than I expected on that credit card. So I love this part. Love it. What I don't love is I'm so used to at the end of my bills totaling and knowing how much I have left that I didn't have a space for that. So I wrote in what was left after all the bills were paid here, then my sinking funds, and so this is what's left after my sinking funds. Then after my debt payments, this is what's left, and then after savings, zero. So my goal still is a zero balance, a zero-based budget where every dollar is accounted for. I just haven't quite figured out, I don't know whether to like make an extra column over here or what, so that I know what's left over. But I thought just to give you guys an idea, because everybody's pretty much seen the Happy Planner forms and the Budget Mom forms, so I wanted to show you guys this one. And again, it's Heidi Nash from debtfreecharts.com. And get your guys' opinion on what you think I could do or what you think would be better. And because I value you guys' opinions so much, and I learn so much from you every time that I do a video, I just thought I would share that. So now you've seen for January 22nd kind of where we're at budget-wise. We came in under budget on quite a few things to where we were $132.32 under budget with our bills alone. So we were able to add that back in and add it to the debt snowball. So I'm really, really happy about this. That's going to make a huge dent in the debt snowball, and I'm super excited for that. That's why I put a little heart there. So that is where we're at for this payday. So now that you've seen this, we're going to go ahead and stuff these two sinking funds. All right, so whoops, I was going to say I'm missing one. So this week's cash envelope stuffing is super, super simple. I've only got the two to do, Halloween and Thanksgiving. So we're going to do those really quick. If you haven't watched my budget videos before, these are my sinking funds. They are all in one place, and it's super convenient for me. And I'm going to grab my Sharpie here because I know I'm going to need it. And we're going to flip to Halloween and Thanksgiving, back here with all the holidays. Alright, so Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, there's Halloween, dun dun dun. Alright, so Halloween is going to get $20 and it should have $50 in it. So 20, 40, 50. And we're going to add, today is January the 22nd, and we're going to add $20, and that should give us a total of $70. So I'll grab this 20, 40, 60, 70, and that is done. Again, super, super simple cash envelope stuffing today. The bulk of extra money is going towards our debt snowball and towards that car lease payoff when it comes due. Alright, so for our Thanksgiving, we should have $15, which we do. Today is January the 22nd. We're going to put another $15 in, and then we will have $30. Alright, so I'm going to grab that 10 and that 5. Make sure we have 30, 10, 20, 25, and 30. So we will put this back in here. We will keep plugging along at that, and then by the time that November rolls around again, we will be good to go. So that is it for the sinking funds, and I can go ahead and close this up. You guys, I could not possibly love my system any more than I do. I love it. All right, so now we come to my cash envelopes. Again, if you're not familiar with my system, I get paid once a month, and all of the cash envelopes come out of my once a month paycheck. And what I found was, because I had more money for the once a month, like let's say for Eat Out, for example, we get $100 a month, I would put that whole $100 and it would be gone before I knew it, and I needed to separate things out weekly. So for the things that go into cash envelopes, which are grocery, gas, eating out, allowance, those actually get split for the week. And they go in here. So the only envelope that we have to transition over for the week is the eating out envelope. You can see here that we should have 50, 20, 25, 45, and 50. And I get to take out the weekly amount, which is $25. And today is January the 22nd. I'm just going to write weekly here. We're going to take out $25, which should leave us with $25. So I'm going to take that out. We're going to look and make sure it's still just 25 and stick that right back in here. And that will be the only envelope out of here that we need right now. Then we'll come over here to my weeklies, to my actual wallet, and we will flip through to Eat Out and pull that, and I will let you guys know that I did spend the $50 that was in there. We bought the boys dinner out, and so I'm going to go ahead and put this $25 in, and that'll give us a balance of $25. And I can almost guarantee you guys that if I had had 75 or 100 in there, we probably would have spent it. So until we get a better grasp on that, that is just how it is. So that is our Eat Out for the week. I thought I was going to have to fill my gas tank this week, and I told you guys about that in last week's budget review. I did not have to, but I am literally on E. So this week coming up, I absolutely have to fill my gas tank. So you know what? Let's go ahead and transfer the money out of my monthly envelope into my wallet. That way, when it's time to get my gas, I will have that with me. Oh, I opened up sinking funds. Look at that. There I go. All right, so this is gas, even though I didn't label it. I was supposed to. Oh, goodness. So it says here I'm supposed to have 65, 20, 40, 65. And I'm going to go ahead and take all 65 of that out because I have a big Expedition EL and it drinks gasoline when you fill it. I've been very, very blessed that I haven't had to fill my gas in like 3 weeks because we haven't gone anywhere. But it is time. So I'm going to go ahead and write today's date, January the 22nd. I'm going to put that $65 in, and that's going to give me a balance of $65. So next week when I do my weekly review, we'll see how much of this I actually spent and if there's anything to roll over. Next week is the end of the month, and it will be my pay date, so we will actually close out all of the envelopes and make our decisions on whether we're going to roll things over or whether we're going to take them out and use them towards the debt snowball. So that is it. I didn't spend any money out of pets this week. They're doing great. Allowance we divvy out on Saturday to the boys, so we don't need to do that yet. And groceries is all in the bank account because all of our shopping has been online this month with the Janu Pantry Challenge. So we are all good there. I'm going to stick this back in my monthly sinking fund so that it's ready to fill next week when we get paid. All right, and I have my little cash envelopes elastic that holds everything together for me. Oh, I wish it really held everything together for me. All right, so that is it for this week. It's a really, really easy, really simple week for us here. This paycheck is surprisingly generous for us to be able to do these things here. This $399.69 were literally minimum payments on the credit card and the 2 credit cards and the student loan, because I consider those debt. So that's what this $399.69 is. And to be able to add that $838 to it was just such a blessing. Part of this, I will tell you, is from the stimulus money. It's not all from a payday, but we did have some left over from our stimulus check that we were lucky enough to get. So that's what part of this is, and we are going to use that straight for debt. Okay guys, well that is it for today's weekly check-in and for the Financial Friday. Please leave in the comment section below what you think makes the most sense for me to use, what you think would fit best with my budgeting style and system. I don't have anything fancy to show you guys. It's very, very simple and very basic, because this year it's all about going after the debt and paying down the credit card debt and getting it as low as we possibly can, and building up our larger emergency fund. We have our $1,000 minimum one in there, but we want to get that built up some. So that's what this year is about for us, and holding ourselves accountable for the choices that we make, because it's not the money that does it. We tell the money where to go and what to do. So it's hard and it's frustrating sometimes, but I'm learning a lot, and I hope that you guys will come along for the journey, and we'll support each other as we go through it, and we'll all be better at the end. So until next time, guys, take care, and I hope that you are having a phenomenal day. I hope that all of your goals are coming easier than you thought that they would, and that you're accomplishing things that you had doubted you could do and proving yourself wrong, because that is wonderful. I will talk to you soon, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.